Welcome to the Breakup Recovery Podcasts by your host, Barbara Stevens. Discover the wisdom and remarkable insights of Barbara Stevens, breakup recovery mentor, author, and public speaker. Barbara offers programs and solutions for any breakup so you can turn your life around, create lasting changes for the better, and embrace life again.
Hello and welcome to Breakup Recovery Podcast. I'm Barbara Stevens and I'm a breakup recovery mentor. And this is episode number 063, Struggling to Move On After Your Breakup. I don't know anyone who has said that they did not struggle at some time during the breakup process. It is to be expected. Breaking up is hard. It is hard on your emotions. It is hard physically. And it's hard spiritually. Breaking up makes you question absolutely everything. You question your ability to read and pick people, especially the people who you want to surround and spend time with. You thought you had met your soulmate. You invested heavily in the relationship. You opened your doors. And if you are anything like me, those doors don't open just to anybody. You thought you knew your partner and that you would be together, enjoying your lives as a couple forever. You possibly question why you didn't ever not see the red flags. They were obviously there because now you have broken up. You feel that you have failed in some way. We all pride ourselves on being able to read other people and having those close to us that understand and know us. Now that the relationship has ended, you question whether you can ever read another person again. You wonder what you did wrong or how you ever picked your partner in the first place. You can develop major trust issues depending on the circumstances of your breakup. You question whether you are going to be able to survive on your own. Will your finances hold out? Will you be able to make all the decisions you now have to make by yourself? Will you be able to find a new home, new friends, new everything? It can be just overwhelming. Sometimes the unanswered questions play on your mind and play over and over again, somehow thinking that the answers will magically appear. But in reality, those unanswered questions may never be answered. You may never know all the details you are seeking and all of the ins and outs of why the relationship has ended. So it can be a struggle to let go emotionally and mentally, all the hurt, the anger, and the pain of the breakup. And in this episode, we will explore some of the strategies you can put in place so that your struggle seems a little less. Holding on to your fears, your anger, your sadness comes so easily, and letting go of those struggles can seem like an illusion you will never experience. It is important that you feel your loss, your pain, and your sorrow. Breaking up is a process. It is a process that has many complex layers that must be dealt with in order for you to fully be able to move forward and on with your life. Everybody's process is different. However, there are some fundamental and important areas that we all go through at different times and at different stages that must be fully explored and dealt with. Grieving is so important after a breakup. You are grieving the loss of your relationship. Your ex-partner has now gone and you are left feeling empty and alone. You grieve the loss of the lifestyle you once had, the lifestyle you enjoyed and had planned to continue into your future. It's like you are grieving a death of your relationship. One of the ways to go through the grieving process is to feel the loss, feel the sadness and explore the emotions. Don't bottle them up. They need to be acknowledged and talked about. You can do this with a trusted friend or seek professional help to guide you through this process. There is no one-fits-all process when it comes to grieving. There is no wrong way, and there are so many right ways. So it can be done so many different ways, and it will be different for everybody. There have been many articles written about the grieving process and the stages one must go through in order to fully process it. There is the denial stage, often at the very beginning of the breakup, whereby even though you know that the relationship has ended, you don't really believe it. It doesn't seem real to you, and you think about all the different scenarios whereby you will get back together with your ex-partner and everything will work out and go back to the way you once were. Then there is the anger that can come to the surface in many different ways. You can get so angry and ask yourself, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to feel so awful? Why am I breaking up? Then you go from this line of thought to why did my ex-partner do this to me? Why did they say this or that? Why are they breaking up with me? And if you stay in this stage for too long, depression could become part of your life. You may not see this forming or creeping into your personality, but others around you will. You can become withdrawn or always upset. You may have trouble sleeping or sleeping too much. You may turn to alcohol or drugs to numb your pain. Your appetite may be affected, as well as other symptoms. Then comes acceptance, whereby you make peace with your loss. You feel that you can or have let go of your old relationship. It doesn't come overnight, but it happens over time, and one day you will find that you can talk about your ex-partner and the life you once had without breaking down in tears or saying negative or hurtful comments about them. You and only you can steer yourself out of your struggles. You are in charge of the way you process the breakup. You are the one that can rebuild your life as a single person. It just doesn't happen. It takes work and it takes effort. It can take you out of your comfort zone and it can take you in a direction you never thought you were going to go. It can be scary, but it is even more scarier if you take the easy option and stay in the woe is me option, where you stay angry, you stay frustrated and upset and in pain. You stay stuck and stagnant and not moving forward. And if you choose to stay in this negative space, you will never find out your true potential. Not striving for what you want to happen in your life and not taking the necessary steps to get and be where you deserve, and that is happy. It's about accepting what has happened. Your relationship is over, and now it is time to focus on you and what you want. How are you going to recover and get on with your life? It's about how you're going to rebuild your life without your ex-partner. Moving on will come a little easier when you can confront all your feelings head on. You can try yelling, shouting, writing them down in a journal or on a piece of paper and burning them. If after doing some of the things I've mentioned, you find that you are still struggling, then you are staying stuck in your negative feelings. You are spending too much time thinking about your past and thinking about all of the things you could have said, all of the things that you could have done, and then all of the things that could go wrong with your future. If you truly want to stop struggling through your breakup, you need to change your thought process from the negative into something more positive. So when you catch yourself in the negative past and the negative future, change your thoughts to a positive one. One of the easiest ways to do this is to have a saying ready and waiting, or have a mantra that you like, one that will take you from the negative into the positive. It could be mantras like positive mind, positive vibes, positive life, or I have the power to create positive change. I'm in charge of how I feel and today I choose happiness. I was working with a client of mine. As we were working through the issues and finding solutions, it became apparent that she could not let go of the pain of her breakup. She kept using the same phrases and negative language, such as, when am I going to feel normal again? How am I going to cope on my own? Things like that. Everything seemed too hard, and some days she felt that she was going backwards. It wasn't until she started using a mantra, that things began to change for her. So every time my client had that negative self-talk about how she's not going to be able to cope, how hard her life was right now, she stopped herself and said her mantra that she knew off by heart. It wasn't until then that she could feel the change in her life. She began to use more positive language. She opened up her mind to the possibilities that lay before her, and soon she started to find solutions to her problems. There are some other strategies that you can put in place to help you to lessen the struggle of your breakup. Try distracting yourself with activities that you enjoy doing or have always wanted to do. Go for a walk or a run or any other sort of exercise that engages the feel-good endorphins. Meet up with a friend for lunch, coffee or dinner. Listen to some music or podcasts like you are doing right now. It's about getting to a healthier place for you and putting the past behind you. You are going to have good days and you are going to have bad days. You will have days that you will struggle a little more with your problems and the negative self-talk. And then you will have the days where you don't even think about your breakup, the problems associated with it, or your ex-partner. And over time, the good days will be more frequent and the negative times will be a thing of the past. If you feel that you are still struggling with your breakup, if you are experiencing intense feelings of anger, resentment and bitterness, and it is taking over your life, I'm here to help you in this area of moving on and coping after your breakup. I work with my clients one-on-one through my mentoring program. If you want to learn more about how we can work together, contact me via email or my Facebook page, Barbara Stevens Breakup Recovery Mentor, and book in for my free 30-minute sounding board session, and we can set up a time that suits. In this free session, you will walk away with clarity about your situation, strategies and tools to start building the future you deserve. So together, we can start your journey of recovery. All my information is on my website, www.barbarastevens.com.au. If you don't want to miss an episode of Breakup Recovery Podcast, subscribe on iTunes, and I would appreciate it if you could take the time to write a review and rate the podcast. Also feel free to message me with any questions that you have about Breakup Recovery podcasts or subjects that you want me to cover in future podcast episodes by clicking on the contact button of my website or my Facebook page. I'm always looking for ways to help you recover from your breakup. And the last thing I'd like to say is, be gentle on yourself. You deserve happiness.
If you would like to hear previous Breakup Recovery podcasts, visit barbarastevens.com.au. Connect with Barbara Stevens on social media with Barbara Stevens Breakup Recovery Mentor on Facebook and at You'll Be Okay on Twitter. Read further blogs, view webinar replays, and download your free ebook, 3 Easy Steps to Surviving Your Breakup, and much more at barbarastevens.com.au.